Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Bad Movie Night podcast. My name's Chris, and tonight, checked out something a little bit different. The 1992 thriller? Drama? A woman scorned. A scorned woman. A woman scorned?
A woman scorned.
Yeah. A woman scorned.
Hell hath no fury.
The Betty Broderick story. For fuck's sake, guys, I had it all ready, and it was going to be cool, and you got whatever.
Wow.
Scorned woman Betty Broderick rages at the movie of the week.
Those things never happened. Nobody ever did those things.
The Real Woman Scorned, exclusive on hard copy.
After 16 years of marriage and 4 kids, he left her for a younger woman.
You can't lay this divorce on me and then ignore me.
Now, if she can't have the life she wants, neither can he. Why would you want me to stay?
Because you own me.
Based on the shocking true story, Meredith Baxter, A Woman Scorned, the Betty Broderick story, Sunday, March 1st.
I like how the hard copy things in there.
That never happened.
I didn't watch any. I didn't peek into the real Betty Broderick, but I'm sure we'll get into a bunch of details.
Do your
and
research, Chris?
I did some research, babe. Chill. I did some research. This might be like the first Lifetime drama movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I don't.
Lucky.
I can't
They
think
had
of any
these
other ones.
all the time back in the day. The ABC or NBC weekend movie based on true events.
This
I was an
Lifetime
11-year-old
channel
boy. I had no idea desire to watch this.
This is ripped from the headlines before SVU.
Lindsay, I was 8. I watched like Ninja Turtles.
I watched this stuff because my parents watched it. And it was
explains the
like
lack
this and shut up. No, they were great because you had all the sex scandal ones, and then there was the murder ones, and then there was
those
like
sex scandals. When
oh yeah, those are great. Like the Amy Fisher one,
Yeah.
that one. There was 3 different Amy Fisher TV movies, and Drew Barrymore played Amy Fisher in one of them.
And they still do stuff like this nowadays, right?
Sometimes
Not as
not as
much,
much as
right?
they
Not like
used
this.
to. It It was
It's
like
this reality
and I
TV is like
take
filled
it
the
more
void.
seriously now. Yeah, because back then it was very melodramatic and
Just
all
a little
that
bit.
stuff,
Just a little bit.
but highly entertaining.
Well, we'll get into it here with the Betty Broderick story. I never even heard of this woman before, so.
Oh come on!
I know I'm completely out of it. This is a whole new
This is
world.
out of the loop.
But hey, something new. I guess I'll save my thoughts. We'll get into it. Aaron, 1992. Can we take a moment? Oh wait! Oh my God! I
keep
know,
doing
AJ.
this.
I keep doing this.
Skip
What,
it,
what,
Robbing me of my interest.
AJ? What is A Woman Scorned? The Betty Broderick story
I mean-
about?
You really want to know?
No, now he does this thing.
All right. I'll tell you a little bit about this exciting story.
He doesn't know he's stalling.
I
I watched both of them and I have no idea what's going on here.
After 16 years of marriage and 4 children, Betty Broderick's high-powered attorney husband decides to leave her. Betty assumes he's having an affair with a younger woman. Hurt by his betrayal and feeling helpless against his legal expertise, Betty begins a campaign of vandalism and verbal assault. Her rage consumes her and ultimately elevates to a boiling point. Hold on to your pearls and strap in for the 1992 made-for-TV drama, A Woman Scorned, the Betty Broderick story.
That was fantastic. That was great.
Very nice, AJ.
Oh, I thought that prologue was good.
Yeah, no, that's
Very
great.
good.
That was great.
Wow. You're in the wrong career, man. You should just be writing this stuff.
Just do voiceovers. Just make up shit. Yeah, it was great. Thank you, AJ. Aaron, 1992.
No, I
Spiv
can't
was-
follow up that. Come on.
Spiv
that
was
was
just-
amazing.
I'm gonna go take
Spiv
a
was
nap.
just reaching his early 40s in 92. Aaron, can we take a moment, dive into that history hole, get a little context for the movie and the year it was released?
I suppose again.
for Aaron's History Hole.
Corn wasn't even invented back then. Were they?
The band was, but not on the cob.
They only had popcorn.
Orville Redenbacher. All right, presents a man with popcorn lung. All right, a woman scorned.
Popcorn lung? Is that like you put too much cheese dust on there?
No, that's a real thing.
That's when you inhale one of the kernels.
Like an onion.
No.
Popcorn lung is a real thing.
Yes.
Wait, you inhale a
So,
kernel
like,
into your
glitter
lung?
lung?
No, it's
not the
the
kernels.
people that work in the factory. You know, the oil spray they put in the
Microwave
bags.
butter.
Yep.
There's a lot of inhalation of that
Yep.
working there,
God,
and
that
there's
makes
been
sense.
huge lawsuits over it.
There's people that have actually died because they consumed like 3 bags of microwave popcorn a day for years on end.
Well,
That's what
apparently you
happened to
can
me.
get it from vaping too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
really?
thing.
Vaping's like way.
Have you ever put the cheese dusting on top of popcorn? Mm-hmm. When you do
It just
that,
goes straight to your alveoli.
do I have one of those?
does.
Is that a man?
You have many of them.
Oh, okay. It goes up my nose. Like I didn't even get it on the popcorn. I can already like feel it in my nose and stuff. Like that's.
So you're sniffing butter?
I'm getting high off that.
You get
sweet,
pulled over
sweet-
by the cop?
No,
you're
it's that cheddar, that sweet cheddar dust. I just snort that shit right up. Yeah.
Just doing lines of butter seasoning
That-
right off the steering wheel.
Every time I put that stuff on the popcorn, like 90 to 98% of it doesn't actually land on the popcorn.
It's
It's
all
at
on the bottom of the bowl.
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is not
Damn
what we're
it.
talking about. We're talking about Betty Crocker.
Is it not? I thought maybe
We
that's what we were going
digress.
to talk about.
A little bit.
All right, so A Woman Scorned, the Betty Broderick story, is a long lifetime original movie.
It's not Lifetime though, was it?
It's ABC.
CBS.
It's a little higher
CBS,
quality.
yeah.
Network television.
It's a lifetime original type. It's
got
that
a
type of
nom
movie.
for
I mean, that's what
Nice.
Meredith Baxter is known
Dude.
for.
She
Exactly.
got nominated
exactly.
for an Emmy.
An Emmy, Aaron.
Rightfully so. All right, so this was released
she got
on.
nominated for Emmy for this.
I nominate you for an Emmy for your introduction here,
Your plot hole.
your plot description of this movie.
Thank you. Get local,
Very,
maybe
very
a local
nice,
Emmy
sir.
or something.
A local Emmy. Yeah, that's what you
A
want.
They give them
Lemmy.
out.
Lemmy. All right, so this was released on March 1st, 1992. This is obviously a TV movie. The most recent 1992 movie we covered was way back in episode 148 in October 2019 with Dr. Mordred.
Similar.
It's been that long. Wow.
Dr.
Yep.
Morphin.
Yep. I drid, you drid, we all drid for Mordred. Yes.
It's got fucking Jeffrey Combs.
It had Jeffrey
remember
Combs and it
that.
was fun.
He's a wizard, Harry. Yeah, it's similar in a lot of ways.
Okay. Oh, Christ. All right. So some March 1992 films. We have The Lawnmower Man,
Oh, yes.
which ties
gotta do that at some point.
nicely into Scott's
do that.
pre-show story.
Yeah.
About a movie about a couple of Utes. We have My Cousin Vinny.
Great movie.
Oh, that's
Nice.
the one.
We have Like the Squirrels, Lindsay. Basic Instinct.
Oh.
That's a Patreon exclusive
Yes,
conversation, Aaron.
yes.
How dare you bring that up?
Sorry. And finally, wrapping it up with White Man Can't Jump,
Oh.
which is not true.
Oh, is that the one based on the porn from last week?
No, that was White Man Can't Hump.
That was a great.
That was a good game.
That was pretty great. And then there's that Metamucil commercial, White Man Can't Dump.
Jesus.
Metamucil flows like
Yeah.
when you were at these old folks' homes. Everything is orange tinted and orangey flavored.
Ooh.
That's all the butter dust. All right, so
Yeah,
our
like
highest
you just get a
grossing-
contact shit just from like working there.
I feel an
my
urge.
God.
Oh.
Just saying. Worked at old folks' home for years.
See, this is why you come to this show.
Yeah.
You got science. Okay,
Me
so
too.
we're
I'm
moving
just
on.
speaking from my own experiences.
Contact shits. Okay, we have highest grossing films from 1992. We have Aladdin,
Hey.
Oh, okay.
The Bodyguard,
And I.
and I
Kevin
will
Costner
always.
can only protect you. Sorry.
Oh my God, here he goes again. He's amazing.
Yeah.
R.I.P. One Love, Whitney Houston.
Yeah. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Basic
Yeah.
Instinct,
Okay.
Lethal Weapon 3.
The
I'm
hell's
too old
three?
for this
Which
shit.
one's 3? Is that
Three
with
is the
Jet
one.
Li?
No, three is the
toilet
one with
explodes.
Danny DeVito. No.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
Dude, do they throw in the
Renee
mix?
Same
Russo.
person.
Renee Russo's in it, and she knows kung fu.
Yes. 4 is the one with Jet Li, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Jet Li's in one of them.
That's right. We have Batman
And Chris Rock.
Returns,
Nice.
A Few Good Men,
Okay.
Sister Act, Bram Stoker's Dracula,
Sister
Scott, loosely
Act,
based
so
on your
good.
life.
He got a few things wrong, but yeah.
Yeah. And
Keanu
finally,
Reeves for one.
yes.
Maybe a little bit.
I know kung fu.
And we have Wayne's World, Party Time.
Okay.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Our Razzies
there
for
you
that
go.
year. Worst picture went to, hard to believe, Hudson Hawk.
Oh my God! I
Is
know
that the
somebody
Bruce
who loves that
Willis
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know
And
if I've ever seen it. I think
it's
I have,
not
but
worth
I'm not sure.
watching. We also have follow-up with a runner-up was Nothing But Trouble. That crazy Chuck E. Cheese Dan Aykroyd
Bad movie.
Dan
It's
Aykroyd
a
put so
terrible
much money
movie,
into
but
that
it's so
crazy
fun.
It's
movie.
just so weird.
It is so weird. It's fun.
It cost a fortune to make too.
Yeah, it did. Our worst actor went to Kevin Costner for Robin Hood.
I believe it.
Oh,
Kevin
yeah.
Costner.
That movie's so
Yeah.
much fun, though.
Yeah,
I
but
love
Kevin
that movie.
Costner is not fun. That's the problem.
Without that movie, we would never have gotten
I
many
mean-
fights.
Exactly.
Who wants to see a Robin Hood movie anyways, right? Am I right on that?
Um,
Like, we keep making Robin Hood movies.
Maybe if it was in
Mm-hmm.
space and he was like a cowboy on a different planet, like I don't know. See, I'm already writing something way cooler.
I'm not like a Robin Hood fan anyway. I don't know. It's just me.
You're not a Robin Hood fan?
Do you
No.
like Friar Fuck? It's a callback to last week's
That's
episode.
Robin Hood?
Robin Hood and Friar Fuck. All right, our worst actress went to Sean Young for A Kiss Before Dying.
That was right
Was
when
she
she
Iron-
started going crazy
Yes.
because the whole Catwoman thing happened like
Yeah.
a year or two before, and
It's the Catwoman thing. Where she's supposed to be Catwoman.
she was supposed to.
she
yeah,
was evidently
well, was-
promised by Tim Burton that she was going to be Catwoman, but they went with Michelle Pfeiffer. So she dressed up as Catwoman and went on television, like pleading her case why she should be Catwoman. And it was just
this up.
Not a good
She was a
one.
woman
it was
scorned.
super messy, super
Right?
messy. No, she was very scorned, but after that, no one wanted to work with her anymore.
Oh, that's a shame.
And just like Einhorn and Finkel, she also won for worst supporting actress playing her twin.
Ah,
Oh my
that's
God!
kinda
Here
funny.
she is on Joan Rivers' show.
Yes.
Oh my!
You never seen this before?
It's
She's got a
nuts.
cake.
It's sad. It's really sad.
I've never seen
No
it.
wit.
She's
Sean Young.
she's sad person.
That's a shame.
She was so good in Blade Runner too.
She's a great actress.
Yes, exactly. And our worst original song went to the Adams Groove from the Adams Family by MC Hammer.
They do what they want to do, say what they want to say.
Play how they want.
Those are pretty well.
That was pretty good.
It was good.
All right, our director for this masterpiece was Dick Lowry, who has 63 credits, almost entirely for TV movies, notably Last Stand at Saber River, starring that sexy mustached man Tom Selleck.
Okay.
He directed Smokey and the Bandit Part 3.
Oh, that's
Yep.
the one where what's his face plays
I don't
Smokey
know.
How
and
do
the
you
Bandit.
know that? Why do you know that?
The VHS is right behind her. He was also the second unit director of photography for Piranha.
Oh, the
Oh,
James
cool.
Cameron?
No.
Is that James Cameron? The first
No.
Piranha?
We're talking about like the
Our
60s
writer.
Piranha, right?
No.
We have two
Yes.
writers
Yes.
for this. Go ahead.
No, you're right on track, Chris. He had.
Yeah.
I can't remember. He had something to do with Piranha. I can't remember what though.
Piranha, 1978. Oh, Joe Dante.
Oh,
But
Joe
he
Dante?
must. I thought James Cameron was involved too. I don't know. Okay.
He
sorry.
might have been some sort of technical role or something. Our writer was Amy Wallace, who has credits for just writing an article, I guess, about this whole story. And then Joe Kakashi? Joe Kakashi. He has 13
Smell
credits.
toast? Are you smelling trains right now? You hearing some trains?
But he has two movies that sound, well, one sounds amazing, one sounds absolutely awful. The first one is Indefensible, the truth about Edward Brannigan. AJ, I would love for you to make up a story to go with that.
Put that on
We
the
gotta watch-
fucking list.
Yeah, put that on the wheel, man.
That sounds so
We're in
good.
new territory here.
The next one has a very unfortunate title called Cry Rape.
Oh.
What? And this is a
Yikes.
Lifetime movie?
Cry,
Oh.
Rape.
cry rate.
And this
Okay.
is on Lifetime? Is that what you said?
No, I didn't say that. I just said
Okay, I just made stuff up. All right, whatever.
Our music.
Still a channel.
Our music was by Mark Snow, a very prolific guy with 249 composer credits.
Wow.
Best known for pretty much everything X-Files, Smallville, TV
Yes.
shows like Starsky and Hutch, Dynasty, TJ Hooker, and Love Boat.
Did he do the?
Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
Man, he's gonna be rich. It's like the jingle for the era, right?
For the decade, yeah.
I want that on my phone. I miss cool ringtones like that. I never had any, but I enjoyed them.
You like to hear other people's.
Aaron, you're like a decade late.
I've never
What the fuck?
had any.
I know.
You can get ringtones now. It's like you can be anything now.
No,
You
I
just
have
to
an
be like those
iPhone.
little
You
mini
can't do
things.
anything cool like that anymore. No, you can. You can. I'm just being stupid. All right, some movies to check out. We have Atomic Train.
No, we looked at that before.
This
that's like
is
Zip's movie
Eastside
of the year.
Morales?
Oh, it's got
This
fucking
is
Movie of the
Rob
year,
Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
technically, and Christy Davis from Sex and the
final
City,
stop
Sci
is
Morales, who's been in
nice.
tons of stuff. This is technically a mini series because it's 2 episodes, but the total runtime is a little over like 2 hours.
Looks awesome.
A train filled with atomic devices threatens to destroy the city of Denver. John Serger, an NTSB agent, has to prevent this from happening.
Nice.
Cool.
Yay!
Sounds awful. I'd watch
Prevention.
The shit out of that.
Yes,
Sounds
exactly.
like right up our alley.
This is like Panic Train or whatever. What the hell? Panic Plane? What the hell is that?
Panic
plane?
Air
Air
Panic.
Air Panic.
Panic Plane.
Panic plane.
I like that. That's pretty good. You should make that film.
The final
The
stop.
unofficial sequel to
We could use lots
Plane
of mini
Panic
movies,
Plane.
right?
Panic Plane.
Zugfahrt ins Jenseits.
That'd be fun. We could do a plane movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
With,
build it in my
with
garage.
miniatures.
and-
We should
Yeah.
just Flight Simulator.
Build it in the screen it all.
Jesus. Another movie to check out. We have Monolith from 1993. Look at who's in this
Bill
film.
Paxton?
Bill Paxton.
Yep.
Oh, I love
John
Paxton.
Hurt, Louis Gossett.
Can you enhance on that? Because I don't know what we're
Frost.
looking at.
Yeah, is that like a nuclear device
I'm
exploding?
to get the right layer here.
Or is it the sun?
Exploding
Enhance.
from a train.
Enhance.
The end of the
Is that
world is
John
about
Hurt?
to begin. Yes, John Hurt,
Wow.
Cool.
Louis Gossett Jr.
Is there aliens or what's
cool.
the beam
It's
from?
on video, guys.
You ready? You ready to hear this?
Yeah.
Two cops investigating the murder of a young boy become involved in a very secret project involving alien life. Yes. Needless to say, the authorities don't want them to stick their noses into this.
Cyborgs.
Well, then don't stick noses. Stick something else into it.
Oh, yeah, that's a different kind of movie.
Hello.
That's a different monolith.
Probing.
Monorail. All right. Moving on, finally, we have Treacherous.
Oh my god, I can't even spell that.
That's a
So much
treacherous
And
cover.
Thomas Howell.
That is quite the trio.
And Adam Baldwin.
Look,
That's
there's
a
a
hard
sun
font.
in there.
That's a
I
hard
love
font.
that.
You gotta
Adam
love
Baldwin's
that.
like,
Wheel.
why am I here?
No, we know why Adam Baldwin's there. The
He
real
looks
question
like
is
he's-
why is C. Thomas Howell there?
I don't know. You want to know why? Because he's a former race car driver who is retired and is the owner of a Mexican resort hotel who gets mixed up in a robbery involving $2 million by one of his former girlfriends.
Who wrote this?
Oh my god.
That's awful. That's
Just
That's
like
right.
the original
Stuff
Fast
in a
and the
hat
Furious.
and pull it out.
I really hope his background
my
comes
God.
into it.
This
I
is
wanna
like the
see
sad
this.
and the delirious.
We
or
want
something.
that
This is terrible.
NASCAR scene, right? In Mexico.
I'll watch it just for the Howell factor alone.
I figured you would.
Yeah.
That's all I got for this week.
Nice.
Wow. All right.
That's good
Thank
lineup,
you,
man.
Aaron. That was a
good
good history
ones.
hole.
You are very welcome, sir.
Oh,
Turning a new leaf here.
I love it. Hey everyone, this is Chris, and just reminding you in the still of tonight to go to patreon.com/badmovienightshow and sign up. For $2 a month, you get access to the exclusive bonus podcast pre-show, as well as other bonuses. That's patreon.com/badmovienightshow. Okay, time has come. The Betty Broderick story must be
Let's
discussed.
get into it.
Oh, no.
All right, Rebecca, what did you think of A Woman Scorned?
So I liked Meredith Baxter. I liked her portrayal. I thought the cuts though were very choppy. Scene to scene, it was very hard to follow. And I've listened to many a podcast of the background story, so I knew what to expect. But even so, it was very. If you're completely new to the story, it would be very hard to follow what was happening and. everything kind of came at you pretty quickly.
I wonder if that was commercial breaks.
Yeah. No. Well, actually, that's a good point. It might have been.
But the time progression was a little fuzzy.
But
You
isn't
didn't
that
know exactly how long it would
Yeah. We're gonna dive into that.
We're gonna dive into that. We'll get through everybody. There's a bunch of stuff to say. Spiv, what'd you think?
I had a lot of fun watching the Family Ties mom and the Seventh Heaven dad have their fights.
Isn't he
Family.
He's the disgraced
Yeah.
Seventh Heaven.
Isn't he like a pedophile or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, really?
he's
Yeah.
originally
Wow.
from Iowa too, and
That explains it.
What does that mean? He's from Iowa. so-
I'm just saying he's like from a town like 2 hours from here. So
Oh,
it's
really?
like,
He's from
he's from
Iowa.
Iowa.
Lindsay's practically in Nebraska, so it's okay.
Practically.
So you liked it, Spiv?
I had a good time. And all the crazy stuff that happened, I had to look it up the Wikipedia to make sure that it actually happened in real life, and it all did. It was insane.
Nah, Betty said not.
Yes, you're right. Wikipedia said yes.
Lindsay, what'd you think?
I loved watching it because I love this kind of crap. All this, this true crime and pairing it with the TV movie of the week. I thought it was great.
It's a good time. Okay. Aaron, what'd you think?
So 5 years ago, when you're like, "Hey, we're gonna do a podcast about bad movies," this is nowhere on my mind. I would have been like, "Lifetime movies, get fucked!" Like, no, I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. I would have been wrong, and I would have been sorely mistaken because this was a weird, fun trip of a movie, and having Meredith Baxter just string along like obscene comments about people for like 20 minutes straight. Like, I aspire to be able to talk like that. It was amazing. Those voicemails are perfection. Mwah. I practiced a few of those today.
There's
I
your
was like,
ringtone,
look,
Aaron.
Nice.
yeah, exactly.
She
No.
was leaving Yelps before Yelp was a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, exactly. Obscene
Pre-show
yelps.
content.
No, I had a lot of fun with this. This was not what I expected at all, and I don't know where we're going from this. I'm not sure what this means for the show or me. I'm a little confused. Maybe I've been missing out on Lifetime Originals for the
I
past
feel like
30
you've been missing
years.
out. Yeah.
I don't know. My wife watched this with me, and she actually, I think, somewhat enjoyed it. So
Wow, we're bringing couples together while couples are being torn apart. That's so great. AJ, what'd you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed this. I thought the acting was really great. It's funny because you told us it was made for TV. I really expected it to be lower budgety and like, below what this quality was. But this felt really, really surprisingly good for being a made for TV movie. Like I completely forgot it was made for TV. We just like fell right into it. I was shocked by that. But yeah, I thought it was an entertaining film. I'm very excited to talk about it.
Yeah, I too. This was like one of my first forays into this kind of movie, and I enjoyed it. A lot of emotions throughout this movie that I've personally felt. I do think it's a very biased movie in a way, which kind of rubs me the wrong way because of a few comments I've already seen passed around, not from you guys, but from other people, where it was like dismissive of a certain character, perhaps the leading character, in ways that I didn't quite agree with. But we'll get in and unpack all that. But for the most part, I thought it was a very compelling movie. I was at the edge of my seat. I knew what was going to happen. I knew she was going to do something. I didn't know the actual story, so it was all a surprise. I mean, I kind of saw where it was going, but I didn't. I just kept thinking of the children, and I kept saying that to Amy because Amy
poor
watched it with
children.
me. I'm like, why is no one thinking of these goddamn
Those
kids?
poor children. That's all it is, man.
And they just got ping-ponged around.
Right?
like dog meat on the stairs.
It's funny. I
Where's
like.
your 12-year-old whore?
I looked this up afterwards, and there were like.
What does that even mean? I'm like, she's completely unhinged at this point.
She's unhinged.
There
all
is like a
movie, I
follow-up
thought.
article done a couple years ago about where the children are now and what they're doing, which is pretty interesting.
See, she was completely unhinged the whole movie, is what you just described. And I
No,
feel like that's
I
the
didn't say
way the movie wants you to think. And that's
Oh,
what
I
I
didn't say
didn't
that.
like.
Yes, that was the.
I
the
feel
bias,
like,
for sure.
Yeah.
and the little research I did based on the Wikipedia paints the story a little bit differently, and
Yeah.
it leaves me a little upset because the movie is certainly sensationalizing her like
Yeah.
outbursts, but I
Yeah.
think a lot of her outbursts are justified in some ways. I don't agree with her behavior. I don't agree with what she did, but the position she was put in is terrible, and she had no recourse, and she had a mental breakdown. And so they're sensationalizing on somebody who had a severe mental breakdown, and it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
They also just
she was bullied. I mean, he was using
Completely.
his power
And the
to
movie
completely.
The little like editing things you saw, like they would drop these little things. Be like, oh, he bought her the ring, or oh, he just like these little things. But then the movie would really focus on the moments where she had an outburst. But if you told the story in a more level way, both of these people did horrible things. But the movie only really shows you her doing horrible things.
That's very true.
She's the villain for sure.
In real life, he did some horrible things too that are not in the movie. So.
Did he ever drive his car into their house?
No.
When the kids were home.
No, and I mean, no one's going to agree that that's good behavior. But when you are put into a position where you literally have nothing and no power, and everything's taken away from you, and no one will listen to you, and you are just at your end, because her entire life she dedicated to this family. And there's even a moment when she's dipping chips into the pool, which will get at.
I was wondering what that was.
Maybe it's a saltwater pool.
I mean, to be fair, that was a pretty
there was a
sweet lap
bowl
pool,
of dip we just couldn't see.
But she says this.
Around 40s, when you reap the benefits of your 20s and 30s. It's supposed to be the best time, when you're young enough to still have fun and enjoy the money. It's what I've been living for my whole life.
That's it. That sums the whole
she
movie
has
up.
like teeth issues, and she can only eat mushy things. So.
Is anyone reaching their 40s?
Well, none of us are there yet. I don't think.
No,
almost.
No, this
Get
was
close.
the 80s, AJ. They owned a mansion, and it was like a normal house that everybody lived in. Like anyone could afford.
Well, it was the 80s. It was the progression to where we are now, right?
It was the 80s, and that's
For
just how everybody
capitalism.
lived. They all lived in mansions because it was cheap.
They all had top hats and capes.
This is part of the promo with everything.
I thought that they were going to a costume party, and I asked Amy,
I
I was
thought
like,
so
wait,
too.
they're not going to
That's
was
what I
this an
thought.
outfit?
That's how they
Yeah,
dress.
the cape and tab.
It's the 80s, man.
I asked my wife
And
if
then-
she was wearing a wig. I thought that was a wig at first.
That's what he wore then the
Yeah.
next time he went to the ball. Like that was his normal ball outfit.
Well, that showed that this other woman just replaced her in her
Sure.
life.
Yes,
directly.
Yes, and I like the end where near the end, like the movie opens with the dad pulling up in a nice whatever Mini or something. I don't know.
Yeah, MG, man.
Who with 4 kids is driving that car?
Yeah, well, that's the highlights. They're not even made it completely yet, and he's already just like buying stuff for himself. And she's doing the soccer mom thing, and he shows up late. The game's over, and he doesn't care. But then later in the movie, he's with his
He's the
new young
soccer
girlfriend,
coach.
and he's the soccer coach. It's like she spent her whole life. She gave him her money, her time, the family. And then
Worked all those jobs.
And then he replaced her with a younger version, a literal younger version.
It's a pretty common story, unfortunately, in the world.
Yep.
I was just depressed.
Yeah, because she worked like 5 jobs to put him first through medical
Yeah.
school and then law school.
Yeah, because he changed his mind and she supported him.
Yeah,
and
that was disheartening.
right there it is. Happy holidays. Don't you look alike? Don't we look alike? And
That Christmas card is fantastic.
I would have sent these.
So petty.
I gotta be like
Oh
meet
my
with like my
God.
pug and shit. And be like, don't we look alike or something? I don't know.
Did anyone think when watching this, when Betty was having these like outbursts, that she's just bipolar? Like that's the first thing I went to.
I said that to Amy, but then I
Because
think
there a lot of times they would just be on like a turn of a dime, like
Well,
0 to 100.
I think it's not shown, but like there's so many little aggression, like microaggressions that this dude does, and she is just at her limit, right?
Their
Because he
relationship
doesn't.
was broken from the start of the movie. But
Yes.
Yeah.
But the movie starts late too. In the
Yeah, we
relationship.
never
do
get to
that.
see like the good times in their
Yeah,
relationship.
because it
16
feels like
years.
just a relationship
Wherever.
that's only like it feels more like a business transaction.
And
like,
they do
I'll raise
those-
the kids and do the
yeah.
housework.
Yeah.
You
They
make
do
all the
that
money
classic
and then,
thing.
Right.
They do that classic thing with this movie, and I think it's common with a lot of these types of films where they do these like little vignette scenes trying to build this kind of thing, but it doesn't work because we don't have enough time to like really build out what probably was a book would work better. You know what I mean?
But they did have they could tell this story in a way, like I think they specifically chose to not build out certain aspects.
They started when
That's
the,
what I
the
got.
conflict begins, basically. They start.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no happy times, like you said. It's just that little vignette, but that's not enough. I'm with you on that, AJ. They should have had at least some like flashbacks or happy times.
And that just feels like those little vignettes felt the most daytime TV kind of movie to me.
the
Because that's like
ski
such a
trip
common
stuff.
format. Yeah.
And the music certainly makes it feel daytime, and just the look, the flat kind of shots and stuff. But I don't know. Somebody else dive in because I already laid out my Betty Broderick theories.
Well, I mean, they don't go into it in the movie, but like in real life, a lot of people thought that she had like histrionic personality disorder or something like that. But I mean, it was never fully diagnosed or anything like that.
But
that
is there
still
a
doesn't.
history of her doing this before this stuff happened?
Well, we do get a lot of those, like, unfortunately more on his end, but like when he's talking to his friends, it's like, Betty's being Betty kind of thing. Like that's kind of how they handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Betty being Betty.
That's
Yeah,
just
and
her.
it alludes to this like weird behavior. Like that ships in the pool behavior.
But I mean, when I don't remember who she's talking to. It's some of the voiceover because that comes in every once in a while when they need to fill in gaps of like what she's thinking. But it's even.
Sorry.
It seems like even going into the relationship, it was never like, oh, I love you and you love me and we're gonna be happy. It's like, like I think Aaron said, it's a business transaction because even when he takes her to lunch to say I'm divorced or I'm moving out and we're gonna get a divorce, it's not like, but I love you or think about the children. She says, you owe me.
Yeah.
That's her whole thing. And
That's
even
hard.
after she, kills them, she's like,
Whoa, spoilers.
Oh my God. Turn this
Kills everybody. Kills the kids.
just everyone. But she's like, she says she's sorry for what happened, but she doesn't take any personal responsibility in it because she was driven to it, is what she's saying, because everything was taken away from her. Because she felt she was owed it.
Even from the very beginning, like he pulls up to the soccer game late, and their whole interaction is just based on him being successful and her coming along for the ride, rightfully so, because she's contributing to the family. But it's not like in a normal family dynamic. It's all about
not at all
success and money.
They're both guilty on like trying to justify their actions in the way that fits their narrative. It's really bad. It's just like it's just like children trying to be adults.
But the difference is he has all the power and she has none.
Yes.
No, he is president of the bar.
That's the sad thing. He's president of the bar. He spends all the money. He spends it however he wants. There's like scenes where they're like at a party and it was a different scene, but he's telling he buys somebody else.
Yeah. Oh, he's taking his friends to Paris.
And he doesn't
He doesn't tell her.
No, he didn't tell her.
What a
They're
move.
all going though, right?
What a move.
But that
You would
wealth
tell your
angle,
wife, right?
the whole money
If it
angle in
was
this
a
movie.
surprise, I don't know if I would.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Would you buy your wife the wrong ring, even though
your
it
wife
costs the
had
same?
like plans.
They have hundreds of millions of dollars. It doesn't matter. Just
They have
do it.
hundreds of millions?
They don't have
Yeah, they say in the first scene there they get the big settlement.
Yeah.
No, it was
there's
2.3 million, and they get a quarter of it.
And we get 5%.
But that was like
Yeah, but this
80s
was in-
too,
yeah,
and
this
that
was
was like
80s,
inflation.
yeah.
That's like real money. I mean,
$1
what she
million
get? 16 grand a month. That's
huge.
huge.
They were
Yeah, she was
$3,000.
getting 16 grand a month. That is.
And their mansion
alimony.
only cost $300,000. So yeah.
But
Yeah, but
she
house
wanted a
is way
million
cheaper.
for it.
But they had 3 of them, Chris. They had 3 of them.
And they had a cabin in Vale.
They can take a week in Paris. It's
That
okay.
was one of the things that rubbed me the wrong way, was all the money and the wealth and the greed. And it was like,
It's a
because
class
she doesn't
story.
treat anyone really nice.
No.
And he seems so fake, so it's hard to tell. I don't
That's
know.
the thing. This is like an upper class story.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
gets into this social
privilege.
climbing status thing, because when she's talking to her friend about the new house she was going to buy with the ocean view, she's like, it's all about status. That way he'll have the best address and the best this and the best that, so everyone can see that he's the best.
Well,
There's
then
also-
Status.
if that's the case, it kind of justifies her reactions to me in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
If they like burn the relationship down to basically just business transactions, well, then she did deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
And then
deserves her cut.
they make it to the final point, and he's backing out of the business transaction and leaving her.
There's also just like a certain point being this like a like a high upper class story of like just being able to get away with whatever, and knowing you can get away with it, you know what I mean, and doing ridiculous things, and that's okay because you're rich and there's no repercussions. 100%. You know,
like taking your wife out front and punching her.
Yeah, oh my God. Exactly.
That shocked me. I did not
Yeah,
expect him to punch her. I was like, holy shit, he just punched her in the stomach.
Well, she did just drive the car into the house.
Yeah, the kids home. The kids were home.
That's
where
I started losing.
Yeah, and
the
cop is like, "Yeah, I'll take her to jail if you want to press charges."
Right.
Yeah, it's like,
well,
he
had
endangered
restraining
how
orders.
many lives? Oh
he
my
did have
God.
restraining orders and stuff. I mean,
but then he never reported her violating them.
No.
When she did that, I really lost a lot of sympathy for her.
Yeah,
I will say that.
I mean, if he really cared about her,
straight up could have killed your kids.
If he really cared about her, he would have moved to get her some help.
He didn't care
some
about
proper
her.
help.
The 80s, AJ.
It was 80s for one, and no, he didn't. He didn't see her as an equal. That's for certain.
Yeah.
No.
But I don't know.
He just wanted rid of her.
I think he
didn't
was
want to
trying
have to deal with.
Yeah.
No.
He was trying to placate her at some points, but by then it was like, well, I already took everything. You can have these scraps, which is almost like
it's condescending. And
yeah. And she was already like gone. Like she needed some serious help.
And I mean, in this movie, they really make her out to be like this just raging bitch.
Yeah.
Because like the whole thing with the ring, and then I can't remember.
That was
it after he bought his car that she burned his suits, or was it after the birthday?
That was his birthday.
That was the birthday thing. Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which.
The ring thing was justified to me.
Yeah.
Especially when you're that rich.
Yeah.
Because it was like you specifically chose something that you wanted,
but
even though you knew what I wanted.
Yeah, I could see her getting upset, but not ruining
Not that way.
Christmas
Yeah.
upset.
That's the other
in front of
thing.
the children upset.
That's the other thing.
Very childish and very
Every like,
narcissistic.
there's so many situations where she gets like, for the instance, they go out to eat at the restaurant because he thinks that that's a good idea because it'll be like a space where she won't flip out and make a scene.
Right.
But he knows her. She's gonna flip out
She's
and make a
gonna
scene.
make a
over
scene.
It's not
anywhere.
gonna be.
Like, come on,
she's
man.
not just gonna. Oh, okay, whatever.
The craziest one was the daughter's graduation.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
That
my
was
God.
nuts.
What a move.
And she just starts taking pictures of the new wife.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
Like such a childish thing.
That's psychopathic.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
I think it was
so.
rubbing the chocolate cake on everything.
Those poor kids.
How
man.
did that
Whole
cake
time I'm
go
just
over
like,
that
these poor
much? It
kids.
Yeah,
wasn't
that cake
big
wasn't
of a
that
cake,
big.
and it covered the
They
entire
didn't show
room.
the other 6 cakes that were in the refrigerator.
This scene where she hits her daughter by accident. My God, I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck?
She was really unhinged in that scene.
Yeah.
What about
You
the
can't
phone
steal
call
Christmas from me too.
I just the scene
The
where
answering
near the
machine.
end.
But the
Their
real
son.
story, like the daughter left her the key to get into the house.
Oh, that's in the sequel. We can't talk about this.
The scene.
He's in the Wikipedia.
The scene where she's laying in bed with her son and decides to get up and go over there. I was like, couldn't you? Your son is right there. Like,
Yeah.
but
She left him
Yeah.
but they're all
But
blind.
she-
They're all blind.
Oh my God.
She
I got
left him
so
sitting
angry
on
at
the
that
front
scene.
doorstep.
Yeah, she's like, I'm
She'd
just
like
randomly
to be
dropping
a
my
mom
kids off.
on paper. But like
Yeah.
the fact that she could just
The kids are like accessories.
drop her son off in the middle of the night and hope
and not
That was the
even
80s, though.
yeah. But there was nobody there. He
I know.
almost
like
didn't
just
come
on
home
the
that
front
night.
stoop.
She's
I
one
mean,
of those,
everyone leaves their
Facebook
doors
moms.
unlocked, guys.
Yeah. Why
apparently
doesn't
doors
anybody
always
lock
have
the
that.
damn doors in
It
this
was the
movie?
80s. I don't know why we.
No.
It's the 80s.
That's a.
How are the
People
housekeepers
never
gonna
leave
get
their
in
doors
otherwise?
unlocked.
Well, the thing is, but I mean, they had security at their wedding. Why wouldn't you lock your door?
I mean, when
I think
things get really
like
bad,
after the
why wouldn't
fourth or
you change
fifth
your
time,
locks?
he says like, "Oh, I guess
have
I better
security
change the
cameras.
locks."
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
yeah, what have you been
No,
doing?
Yeah, like I think. I think that's also enabling, like waiting for something to happen so you can get
Yeah.
away from this even more.
Let,
like he's
yeah,
just
letting
like,
her screw up so he can
Yeah.
take
Use it
even
against
more
her.
away. Yeah.
And I think someone being a lawyer like him, having that kind of mindset, knows these things and is plotting them
Exactly.
on
Well,
the
that's the
inside.
same way with the house. He was able to sell the house out from under her because
Yeah.
he knew that
he knew that law.
legal loophole.
That's the stuff. It's all
mean,
these
she wanted $1 million
things
for that
where
house,
it's
though.
like
Well, that was just because she.
It was a
refused
control
to
thing.
sell
Yeah,
it.
But even
I don't know.
even in that scene you're showing right there, they do this little subtle thing to show that she's like super suspicious because she makes a comment like him and the realtor are too close.
No. Yeah. I took it as it's another thing where he's controlling the whole situation.
Oh yeah, but there's because she goes, because the realtor goes, we think that's a fair offer. She's like, oh, who's we? Like,
right. She's like paranoid at this point.
That's a good point. And I don't want to absolve him of guilt because he definitely is an asshole and very guilty. But right from the beginning, she's like accusing him of stuff that he at that point wasn't doing.
See, that's different.
Wrong.
That's different though. In the Wikipedia, he admits to having
he
the
was
affair
doing
before
it. Yeah.
that. So he actually was. In the movie, doesn't show
well,
that.
in the movie, he's
movie
not.
should show that. Because it starts out like the movie. She's like, "Oh, well, you're cheating on me."
It's very
he's
speculative
not,
in the movie.
supposedly.
Yeah.
But
they paint him out very well.
She pushed him that direction according to the movie.
Right.
Fuck Corvettes.
Not absolving him of that. He shouldn't.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like
I hate these fucking.
He has no taste.
80s Corvettes too.
I hate these 80s Corvettes.
I would totally rock an 80s Corvette.
No.
70s Corvette, maybe.
I mean, because
I'm joking. It's terrible, but it'd be fun.
In the real life story that happened, like he was going through this weird midlife crisis as he got richer and more powerful, I guess.
Like me.
Because he like got a nose job and he was wearing the Miami Vice sunglasses and he got the red Corvette and then he wanted the new younger woman.
The white
we
suit
also had a really
Put on
important scene that happened in his office when the one woman that works with him came up to him and talked to him about this. Yeah, and talked about the situation where he's ignoring everyone else on staff and promoting this young woman to this position that's like undeserving, as they would see it.
Well, he's completely dismissive of her.
Yeah. See, this is really
true colors right there.
For what
that was the only thing that this movie did to kind of show that he's culpable in any sort of
I feel like they put those scenes in there because they're part of the story, but the way they highlighted them was to downplay them in some ways.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
it's
as a contemporary, you want to see all the crazy stuff she did because it's in the news.
It's more entertaining.
I know. It's sensationalizing her.
Well, I mean, they do have like some of the voicemails in this movie, but they are like 10 times worse. The real life ones.
Really?
There's a recorded conversation between her and her 10-year-old son, where she's like, well, he was fucking his secretary. What do you think about that? Like to her 10-year-old son, she's saying this.
It's like just like child abuse.
They try and turn their kids against the other parent, and it's awful.
Yeah.
That
is a real thing that happens.
And I didn't cause this, your daddy did.
But Mom, all you care about is your stupid money and getting rid of Linda. You're always mad and everything. You never say anything nice anymore.
Nice? Who's not nice? Your father, that's who. Your father dumped your mommy for a 12-year-old. That's nice?
That was another scene I completely lost like any sympathy for her because this is a little kid telling you.
Yeah.
And that should be a super wake-up call, right? Like, holy shit, am I really going about this wrong?
Oh,
that's
way to ruin
exactly.
the pod.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
What is he barking? Turkish, shut up.
Did you put on the Betty Broderick story on down there?
I should have.
It's over. He's waiting for episode 2.
Put on the sequel. He didn't know how it ends.
That is a common thing, though, that happens with these scenarios, too, where people unfortunately play their kids against each other.
We had this with a cousin of ours, like the
and
father
they'll
was
also
like so toxic.
Yeah. There'll be like situations where I only know this because I was talking to this woman who handles child care cases, but she said even to extremes, though, some parents will go to the lengths of having their kids memorize things that didn't really happen, so that it plays out well on their side. It's crazy. The depths people go to. Crazy.
What for? Like, what are you accomplishing through that?
So, AJ, what kind of stories?
That's
depressing. I mean, if we're watching Witchcraft 3, I have to prepare.
They also changed the end. Like, she does shoot them, but in the Wikipedia it says, well, for one, she meant to kill herself, but the lady yelled out, and it surprised her or scared her.
That's what she says happened.
But that's fine. She could have intended to kill him, but the movie changes that where it doesn't seem like there was any surprise. It was like she was intentionally there to kill him.
Wow.
I don't know. Like
she said in the voiceover, she did mean to, like she went there to kill herself. Yeah.
Wait until the sequel, guys.
You're not allowed on the sequel episode. You broke the rule. You broke the rule, AJ. You're not allowed.
I broke the rule?
Yeah.
Couldn't stop, man. I was on the train. I had to keep going.
We knew it was going on the
stop?
rule.
It was such a cliffhanger.
I had trouble falling asleep last night. And mine was racing with all this stuff.
You're afraid someone's gonna be at the end of your bed with a gun?
No, I'm not afraid of that.
They're sound sleepers.
I do not have to worry about the old folks home if that happens. Whatever. I was just like, it was emotional, and I don't know if I can watch these kind of movies because I was depressed.
The child abuse aspect.
The guy
really
who
got to me.
Sad.
Yeah.
He reviews horror movies.
It's too close.
This is
to
way more
reality.
horrific.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
want
I
to
mean-
take
it
it to a
is.
world.
It's very real, you know. It's
And
a
I mean,
real world
these
situation.
movies, I mean, they make it melodramatic, but in this one, her behavior, the way they portray her, wasn't far off from the truth. The other characters, you know, they downplayed their involvement and stuff like that, but she is that hysterical and
her performance is so solid in this role.
Yeah.
I believe that
she's
she is
very
that person.
good. Yeah.
So it's like, Jesus Christ, I can't. These people are just so toxic and so bad.
Yeah.
And she needs major help, and he needs to stop being an asshole. And whoever's taking a pee right now, that is weird, but I'm kind of into it. I think it's
I mean, they should have took those kids away from them, frankly.
yeah.
Those poor kids. Those poor
Yeah,
kids.
he
Ruined.
clearly didn't care about the kids.
No one
No.
did.
Really?
No one
No one
cared
did.
about the kids,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
They were just
She
used
was
as a pawn to get at each
do
other.
you
Yeah.
think she didn't, though, for the 16 years when she was with them doing all that
I think
stuff?
she did it because she was looking forward to that end game.
It's all about now that we're approaching 40 and we're going to be successful. It's all about that exactly.
I
the
wish
end
I
game, getting
knew.
there.
Like, I wish you could see. I don't know. I feel like
about the
that's.
Benjamins.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, how could you lay next to your little child and then go murder somebody?
Well, because
Knowing that you're
at
gonna be
that
in jail
point, I
forever
don't
and never
think
see
she's
them.
a rational person at that point. So I don't think there's
he
any.
kept pushing
She
her.
should have been in jail already at that point. Like, why
Fair,
was
but
she
he
not?
also like pushed her completely. He literally replaced her with a new mom.
Yeah, he did.
He
but
ended the marriage. And
it doesn't
wanted to move
justify
on.
killing people.
No, but
Right?
It's not. It's not.
Spiv, he wanted to end the marriage because he could do whatever he wanted because he had all the control.
I'm not saying he's a good person.
I'm saying her
But
at that
it's-
level versus him is he's in control and he knows he has all the power, and she is mentally gone because she's.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like they're not the same. Like
I think this movie would be
her,
interesting.
she's irrational.
Remade where you have more of him and you see more of that, and then it's just like they're both even on this horrible pedestal together, you know, doing these things.
Yeah.
Like
I will
'cause it's
say he
interesting.
didn't make any attempts to kill anybody. Like there's some.
Yeah.
He
Well,
didn't
that's what I'm
burn her
saying.
clothes.
She's abusive.
He didn't
He
smash
is-
her house.
He isn't. Yeah, he isn't.
He's not a good person, right? But she went way beyond that with attempting
Yeah.
to kill people. Well, and actually killing people, and just I don't know. I struggled to like either character, but man, she kicked ass in this film.
She was really good.
My God, I am. Oof. Oh my God, it's like-
There's so much to talk
Are you
about
thinking
with
about
this.
her when you fucking
Outside
dog
the
meat on the
context of
stairs?
just- outside the context of just this movie, there's so much stuff.
Who bought the big Jimmy truck? The GMC.
Why does she have
Why
it?
is she
A
driving
Suburban?
that beast?
Because she
Just
has
have a
room for
Suburban with 4
and
kids.
getting groceries
A
and all that
Suburban?
stuff.
Man, you could fit a small army into that.
Dude, this is like mini
for, like,
just
freedom
came out a
fighting.
couple years before that.
My dad had almost the exact same Suburban.
I see
You could
people
pack
driving them around
so
still.
much stuff into that thing.
They're still on the road a lot, those things. They're just
It's a
huge. It's
tank.
like crazy.
the Suburban.
They're made to
Did he
take
wreck it
down
into a house?
houses, guys. That's what they're made for.
You know what also is weird is there's a scene where she's like on a date, like she's is dating.
With Jerry.
There's your new
yes.
daddy.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about the boyfriend. That poor guy.
And he shows up later again, too.
Yeah, he's at
He's watching the
Thanksgiving.
kids later on.
So weird. Like she is still unbelievably rich. Like even
Yes.
through this whole time,
Yes,
even though
she
she's
has this
getting
beautiful beach house.
$16,000
Which anyone should be happy to have,
$16,000 a
Well,
month is
there-
unbelievable.
That's
There's
like, what is
one
that, like
month-
60 grand back?
Right.
$200,000 a year.
There's one month though where she gets a negative balance because she had so
Yeah.
many penalties charged against her for swearing and showing up unannounced.
Okay,
and-
that
But
part's
that's
crazy.
his power.
swearing.
against-
Exactly.
Again, his power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that isn't even coming from the court. That's just coming from
Right.
him.
Yeah. And that's him becoming almost a parent to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I'm going to take away from your allowance.
Control.
Okay.
Control he has.
So adjusting for inflation, if she made that almost $200,000 a year in 1992, that'd be the equivalent of $377,000 now
That makes
a
sense.
year.
Yeah, I
And
think,
your house is paid
but,
for.
But I don't think to me, it wasn't so far like she wasn't mad because she didn't have the money. It was the whole life. Like her whole life was this.
She felt like she was robbed.
The aspect of it,
it was
and
all
everything.
taken away from her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how it's justified for her forever.
Well, because they kind of show the social life being taken away too, because she calls her friend and is like, "Is this going on?" And they're like, "Well, just because of the stuff going on, we can't associate with you." And then she stole the wedding invite list and is calling every single person and like, "So I heard you're going to his wedding. Why is this?"
That's crazy.
Could you imagine getting a phone call like that?
Could you imagine going in your spouse's house and stealing a wedding list of your ex's house and doing it? That's ridiculous. Like, what kind of behavior is that? That was that is a real thing though that happens. Like, even when you think about like relationships and separating, you have friends that kind of go different ways, and that makes sense. But man, I just couldn't imagine like the depths to like sneak into someone's house and like doing something like that. Like, that's crazy.
But these are rich people who have nothing to worry
This
about.
is part of the privilege, right? Of like being able to do whatever you can and get away with anything because you have money.
Yep.
The number of times she violates the restraining order and just continues to be out, and the fact that she could buy a gun.
Yeah.
With all of the.
It was the 80s.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then he knows that she bought a gun. Like, that's why there was security at the wedding.
Yeah, the guy wanted him to wear a vest. I was like, holy shit.
I was thinking, I was like, yeah, maybe you should, man.
Oh my god.
I was just telling Amy, I'm like, please don't go to the house and shoot him. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
I mean, at that point, maybe just call the wedding off for a while. You know what I mean? Like, or have like a private wedding and invite a few friends. Like, if it's getting to that level, you need that private security. Things are already out of hand. Like,
the secretary is supposed to be what, 20 something? Like
19.
There was
she was
half
like
an age.
She was like 21 or 22 when he hired her.
Did she really look that much
That's
younger?
terrible.
Oh, I thought I saw
How
19.
old was he? Like in real life? Do we know?
He was
how
in
old
his
he
40s.
It was early 40s.
And she was
Yeah.
19, 20?
She was 24 or something.
Yeah.
There's a difference. Yeah.
This is actually, because that guy's wife in real life is actually like half his age for real.
In the fall of 1982, Dan hired 19-year-old Dutch-American Linda Colcane.
Wow.
19.
That is some crazy.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
he was
Status.
evil.
And that's, I think that the thing we're missing here is these are rich people, and status and all that kind of stuff is so important to
all
them
that matters.
as well.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
it's just
power and
it's not the lifestyles of people, normal people who are just trying to live and get by.
And it seems like this guy was really hung up on the social and status position that he had, because even when, and this is the real life part, when she was trying to raise the kids and cook and clean and all this stuff, he would, even when he was still in college and she was working to put him through college, late drinking and call it, "I'm networking."
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah, there was no respect for what she did for him.
No.
That's just
No, and I mean that was
so wrong.
The time. I think a lot of women were like that, and I
Yeah.
think that's still prevalent in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I'm curious how long that had been going on, because even in this movie, it's hard to tell, because there's definitely time jumps, but you're not really quite sure. Was that a week? Was it like 6 months?
Yeah, I think it was definitely
a course of
because
like
it is
right?
relevant to like
I
the
think
time.
it all went over a course of like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what it
think.
feels like in the context.
Yeah.
Like they're buying and selling houses, and he's doing, he's changing
That's a lot
careers
of
in a
stuff.
way, like jobs. There's a lot going on for a couple months. It feels like a few years, I would
Well,
say.
and even waiting for a divorce to finalize, and then getting to the point where you propose and plan a wedding. And
Yeah, because in real life, I think they went back and forth with filing the divorce, and I think they were in arbitration to like figure out who gets what and all that kind of stuff. Took 2 years in real life.
That's got to be so exhausting mentally and
Yeah.
Let's just take
especially
one more
when you have
moment.
so much. We could just say,
Right?
Like, just take half. Everybody takes half, and we're good. But no,
It wasn't. I don't think it was about that for him. As well. I think it was the control. But
of course.
I mean, let's just talk about this.
Oh my god!
What
Who
is
dips
that?
a chip in a pool and then eats that shit?
Maybe
It's
it
the
was
hot tub,
Someone that's
too.
at the
Yeah.
bottom of the barrel, Chris. Someone who's hit rock
Goddamn
bottom.
millennials and their avocado
Zoom
dip.
out. Is it just chips? Yeah, they're just chips.
If you dip it in the water,
I
like
mean-
that, is it just a potato again?
Maybe it's just too
That's a
salty.
great question.
No,
Chris,
it's always a potato.
I mean, if you have enough money to own a lap pool, you can dip whatever you want in it, right?
She dips it literally next to her feet. Like if my feet were in a bowl of salsa, I still wouldn't want to dip my salsa chips in.
It's fine.
Yeah, but what does that do for flavor? I don't think chlorine is a favor in Flavortown, if I'm thinking correctly.
I think they were just trying to show her mental decline, where she didn't really care about the stuff that she usually
Rock
did.
bottom.
She just because when the new wife.
I feel like if she dropped the chip and then ate it, that would be different. But she chose.
Well, because when
she's just in her head too much at this point.
The new wife sneaks into her house and finds that story. Yeah, there's like clothes and shit everywhere. Like the place is a mess.
Yeah.
I did like that the title was "What It's a Nice Girl to Do," because it's like the whole incel culture where it's like I'm a nice guy and people don't like me because they're actually an asshole.
Right.
Like it's the same thing, and she was kind of the same way. Like I
don't
so
think it's
nice.
the same thing. I think
she
incels,
thinks she's a nice person, but she's not.
She's
at all.
not a nice person, but she's not living in the same world where incels are like, I can't get laid because nobody likes me. But she's in a world where she has no power or control or anything.
Okay, that's fair. She doesn't have power, but I don't know that's directly tied to that. I think
you're saying that she's victimizing
before
herself.
she lost power or any of that. I think she's always been a narcissistic person.
Yes,
perhaps
she's definitely a narcissist,
and I think that pushed her over the edge to just extreme. recklessness.
I think he knows her very well and is able to push her to where he wants.
He knows
her
what
to
buttons to push.
I think incels use their victimization as like an excuse to be shitty people. I think she was actually a victim in some ways.
I don't know that they all
excuse
use
her
it as an
narcissism or
excuse.
anything.
I think they honestly believe that they are not the problem.
Yeah.
And I think she does too.
They probably need some.
That is a very
some
common
mental health. Yeah.
That's also just a narcissistic thing, not realizing.
Right.
those
I'm perfect.
things.
It's
You're
the
not
world
able
around
to.
me.
You're not able to see that.
Right.
And she's still.
You know who
in
would
prison.
see that though? This guy.
Sit off from behind the rocks.
I see you, Betty. We've been doing this a long time. This is a long episode. I feel like we should move on. Any last thoughts? Any last thoughts?
Just that she's still in prison, and it's kind of her own fault. She was up for parole in 2011, I want to say.
Yeah, and then again 2017.
Yeah, but each time she won't show any remorse or take any responsibility in her actions. She's still like no.
Tendencies.
So she's still in, and I don't think she gets another hearing until like 2027.
Yeah, she's done.
2032.
Plus, some of her 2 of her kids still want her to stay in prison. So
yeah.
Wow. So maybe she doesn't want to get out.
I wouldn't want her to come out either.
I thought it was interesting though that her first jury was hung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, she had a really good lawyer. We'll see it in the sequel, guys.
Right? Well, the second one was almost a hung jury as well.
This guy's not allowed on the show.
He's cheating.
How could you just stop?
Was the first trial? Were they trying to go first degree murder though?
They had different levels.
Yeah, maybe.
But they just couldn't decide on one. And in the second trial, the prosecution really went ham on some stuff, and so they were able to get a second degree murder conviction. But it almost ended up in a hung jury as well.
Okay.
Pretty crazy.
I wrote down one I don't understand. I think it's when he's helping the Boy Scouts, and then he blows them off to go. Yeah.
Chit chat with the front, buddy.
Yeah.
It was a work call though, right?
Well, but they were like,
and he
"Oh, hey,
completely
buddy," for 2 hours.
But somewhere
Maybe
in that
it's a
scene,
client, I
they
don't know.
say, "Are you going to teach them how to start a fire by rubbing a doctor's legs together?"
Yes.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Stephen Root
Because
told
he
him
was a
that.
malpractice
Or said
doctor,
something.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, it is him, isn't it?
Yes. Why do they got no monkey? What kind of zoo don't got no monkeys? It's so good.
I love
so
that
great.
movie.
He also talks about putting ketchup on a steak.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
what's
just
that?
wrong.
Yeah, people
What kind
do
of
that.
high class
do that.
individual
My
would do
kids
that?
do
Right?
People do that.
All right.
Yeah,
See, people
was
that put
supposed to
ketchup on
mean,
eggs,
though?
right, Chris?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Rub
It might
in
have
backwards,
alluded
I
to
think.
the fact that she threw a
Goddamn right it
ketchup
does.
bottle at him in real life.
You're goddamn American. You put some fucking ketchup on those goddamn eggs.
Sir,
Surprised you don't have a clip of those.
No, hot
those
sauce,
pants
buddy.
burning.
Well, you
Or
hate
taco sauce.
You hate freedom, ain't
Sriracha,
you?
man.
That was the problem. Is you hate freedom.
Freedom. That's exactly what I hate.
Don't you infringe on my Second Amendment rights on my ketchup. Anyways, let's move on. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's Oh, any alternate titles?
They wouldn't have been scrambled if they had a gun.
Does anybody have any alternate titles?
Jesus. A few.
All right. What do you? What
Anybody else?
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
All right. That bitch stole my husband.
We should watch a compelling evidence again and compare.
We should combine the two in a supercut. Seventh heaven in the eighth layer of hell. Mo money, mo marital problems. Prenups, pre-law, and premature ejaculation.
That was not featured in the movie, Aaron, but implied heavily.
Yeah, but it starts with pre.
Yeah. If you got to buy a Corvette, I'm pretty sure you're having some sort of issues.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Ding dong, who's there? The new GMC Suburban. The dick who stole Christmas. Cliche douchebags in love. Killing them not so softly with her words. Legal assistance. The job that drove the Mom from 70 show to alcoholism. Courting the new girl.
Ooh.
Custody killer. Narcissism, the movie. Stop or this mom will shoot.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
A
one.
well-hung jury.
That was.
Oh, here we go.
Karenzilla and lifestyles of the rich and narcissistic.
Very good.
That titties.
I have.
Hell half no fury like a titty scorned.
I have. Would somebody think of the children?
Yes.
Double dipping, because that works both ways. Like the chip and him. Yeah. And
It's the second way, Chris.
well, him with the secretary and the wife.
With the
Double
chips.
dipping.
It's like rubbing two hot dogs together.
It's like a doctor's legs together or whatever.
It's a thing, Aaron. It's just think about it, all right? And then Corvettes are lame. That's it. I don't like Corvettes. All right, let's move on and play a game.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of compliment, right? Your methods are sloppy and your conclusions are highly questionable. Shall we play?
All right,
Guys,
so
like,
we've got
what
some
is it?
crazy divorce settlements and stipulations.
Here we go.
Is it cut off?
Oh, what is
It's
this?
okay.
What is this?
No,
We
that's
can
fine.
read it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Who
It's fine.
justified
Okay.
this?
It's fine. It's fine. Don't, Aaron.
Okay.
Oh my
Alright.
God. No, I'm just joking.
Which state says you need to get a divorce education certificate before you can get divorced?
Oh, this sounds like
Is
some
it-
New Jersey shit.
Divorce is.
Kentucky,
Kentucky.
Connecticut, California,
No,
or
they
New
probably don't
Jersey?
allow
I'm gonna
that.
say
No.
Kentucky.
They
Really?
don't
I'm
allow
going to
that.
say California and New Jersey.
You can't divorce your favorite cousin. No, sorry.
Now
that's
your
wrong.
cousin needs
Are they
to-
able to make certificates in Kentucky?
It's just a way to generate more
They
money,
can't even
right?
spell that.
Yeah,
word.
It's just
you
a
gotta
money
pay
grab.
$30 for a
It's
certificate.
Jersey. I could see fucking what's his face.
It's Jersey.
It's pronounced divorce.
Funny fun lumps. What the hell's that guy's name? Chris
Fun lumps. That's
Crispy.
what
Chris
Chris
Crispy.
Chris
Mr.
Crispy.
Krispy Kreme.
Could see him doing that shit.
Krispy Kreme.
I
We're
called
not
him
getting enough
fun
money
lumps.
from those tolls. We got to, I guess.
Excuse me, Governor Fun Lumps.
All right, final answer.
Kentucky.
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 Jersey.
Jersey.
Kentucky.
That's not New Jersey. I don't know what
I don't
state
know what
it is.
state
It's
that
not New
is.
Jersey.
It's
That's
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
I'm joking.
You
I'm
could swim
joking.
there from New
I
Jersey.
fly over that one. That was me.
So apparently it's supposed to educate the parents on how to work together, how
That's
to
cool.
co-parent.
Oh, that's not a
Think
bad
they come
Not
naturally
use
to
your
So it's more of
children
like
as
an educational
tools to
tool.
piss each other
Right.
off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I figure I'll take them there one by one.
I think if you do that, you should just be eliminated.
Yeah.
Like you
I
shouldn't
think
be a
it's-
parent anymore.
I think it's
Yeah,
very
just
hard
get
for
it.
people
Just
to rise to the bar of being an adult in those situations,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
In Oklahoma, how long do you have to wait before marrying someone else?
After divorcing.
6 days.
There's a 6 in there. 6 days for
6
sure.
months.
6 days.
There's no hours here.
It's
What the
generating
Arnold
money.
Schwarzenegger movie?
6 minutes.
6 days?
6
The
minutes.
6th hour.
6 minutes should have been on there.
That's getting retired.
I think 6 months.
6 months.
6 days. If
6 days.
If it's a random person, 6 weeks.
And on
if
the
it's your cousin.
7th day, God rested.
I'm going 6
Because I
weeks.
feel like they want to make as much money as they can. So if you get a new certificate, they're
it's
generating
true.
money, right?
All
It's about
that
money.
marriage
It's about money.
certificate racket.
Yeah.
It's all about money.
That $20. Yep.
They need it.
All right, it is 6 months.
6 months.
Wow, that's a long time. What if you
Yeah,
were like cheating
but-
and like you want to get married then?
You can't even like you
drive
can
the
get
next
married
state,
in a
Chris.
different state if you want to get married to that person, but if you can't live in Oklahoma with that
Wow.
person,
What?
I
it's
wonder if they really
considered
reinforce that.
adultery.
That's
Even
nuts.
after divorce? How's it adultery?
Yeah, I guess because in Oklahoma's eyes, it's not finalized until that time.
You gotta do the
passes.
background checks.
God
and the
says there's a
waiting
6-month waiting list before you're actually officially
Six
divorced.
parsecs.
6 parsecs. That's a goddamn distance, damn it.
Actually, parsecs or distance.
Yes, thank you.
Before moving out of their shared house, what did an Australian man have to remove?
His
Was
pants.
it his parents' ashes, the second story, 7 fruit trees, or 42 broken down cars?
42 broken down cars.
I'm thinking of
The second
it's
story.
Australia. It's the second story.
It's either B or D.
It's B.
I'm going 42 broken down cars.
Yeah, I'm going with cars.
That's a good band name.
42 broken down cars. With one headlight.
Write some depressing music if that's your band name.
It was his parents' ashes. It
What
was
was
like
that?
a family farm that he had buried them on, and he had to dig them up and move them out.
They're
goodness.
carrots now.
That's crazy.
They're carrots.
So you like
One
eat
looks
'em
like
and then
mom's
shit them
face.
back out.
Carrot looks like mom's face.
Hey,
In
that's
addition to
actually pretty
alimony, a man in India had to pay his wife an additional allowance to buy what? Lottery tickets, ice cream, diapers, or pot?
I'd say lottery tickets.
India, I'm saying.
In
lottery
India?
tickets.
Yeah.
Ice cream. Ice cream.
I'm gonna
does
go with-
India have a big lottery system? Diapers seems too obvious. Ice cream seems interesting.
It wouldn't be
I'd-
pot.
Why would
I'm
it
gonna
not be
say
pot? Is
ice
it
cream
I don't
illegal?
because
think
it's like
it's
a
legal
feel
there.
good thing.
I think it's
I'm
D
saying ice
pot.
cream.
Lottery tickets.
Lottery tickets.
It's probably lottery tickets.
It is ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yes.
I think she was getting $1,300 a month in alimony and child support, and then $2.50 a month for ice cream.
Wow, you gotta have an ice cream budget. That's important. You know?
my
It's about the good
Ice
times,
cream
guys.
budget.
Good times.
I don't like this choice of ice. They have cookies and cream with some sort of.
This is like a
Well, there's a
friendly
lot of
stock
maraschino
photo.
cherries on there.
I mean,
like
I'd
a
still
friendly
eat it because
photo,
I'm a
right?
fat bastard.
What's with the waffle cone straw thing?
Yeah, what do you do with
waffle
that? Is that for
stick.
dipping?
Chris, you could use that for
Yeah,
your,
that's
Snorting cocaine.
your butter addiction, powdered butter addiction.
Oh yeah,
You
snort
suck
that
up the
cheese
whipped cream with that.
Chris uses that to lure the old ladies in.
That's right.
Which singer wrote a divorce theme album for which all proceeds would go to his ex-wife? Was it Frank Sinatra, Gene
Wow.
Simmons, Marvin Gaye, or Rod Stewart?
It's either Frank Sinatra or Rod Stewart.
It's Rod
I think
Stewart.
it has to be Rod Stewart. Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Think I'm sick.
Frank Sinatra was a petty motherfucker.
Yeah, he was.
Maggie, I think it's Rod Stewart.
This definitely wasn't Gene Simmons. Yeah, Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart.
Marvin Gaye.
Oh,
wow. Really?
Here,
This is
my
the
dear.
album cover. Here, my
Let's
dear.
get it on.
You're my dear.
Nice.
I guess he was late in paying his alimony payments all the time, so this was a way that he and his
Oh.
lawyer came up with, that if he wrote this album, all the money would
That's
go
like
to
a-
her.
what a
But he
thing.
phoned it in on the album, so it didn't do very well.
It's like one album with 12 of the same song.
You suck, you suck, you suck. Which of these is not a reason for divorce in Mississippi? Natural impotence, incurable idiocy, relational marriage, or non-spousal pregnancy?
Well, it's
What's
definitely not
relational
relationship.
mean?
You know what that means.
This is
marrying
interesting.
a relative.
Okay.
That's some sister fucking.
It's not
cousin fucking.
sin.
Whatever.
I'm gonna
This
say
is interesting.
C.
I'm saying D.
I'm gonna
Which
say
is
C.
not a reason. I don't think C is it. I think it's.
I'm going with D too.
I don't think you can
incurable
divorce
idiocy.
someone.
Pregnancy.
Yeah, I don't think you can divorce somebody because their penis don't work.
I think it's B.
I mean, this is Mississippi, man. This is,
That's why I said C.
this is Mississippi.
Not a reason though.
Yeah.
See, it's definitely a reason.
Yeah,
I
three
would
of
say
these
D.
are reasons. One is not a reason.
Yeah.
D.
I'm going to
problems.
say D.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ.
God damn it.
Elvis knows.
So that means it's okay to marry your cousin?
We got a friend named White Elvis.
You can marry him, you just can't divorce him. But I guess you could use incurable idiocy for your reason if you married your cousin.
I was so dumb. I married my cousin.
out of that
Now I can't get it up. And she got pregnant by somebody else. That's how the whole
By my other cousin.
That is like a whole Maury episode in
Yeah.
itself.
You are not, and you are the father.
You're pregnant by your cousin.
It's your
You
twin
are
brother.
not the father, but you
You're the-
are the uncle.
Yes.
You are the father, and you are the son.
Didn't Jerry Lee Lewis do it? That's who did, right? It wasn't Elvis. It was Jerry Lee Lewis. Didn't he marry his cousin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
And she
His
was
tw-
like
his 12-year-old
13.
cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
she was
is
like
like
13
some
or
fucking,
something
what's
like
that guy?
Seventh Heaven
Nugent
guy?
bullshit.
Where they adopt them and
He
then
adopted
marry
a
him.
12-year-old, yeah.
So gross.
That's
So gross.
that should
Woody
be.
Allen.
They should be in jail or dead.
Ugh.
In addition to $5 million, the house, and a car, what did a woman in California also win in her divorce? Was it the return of her kidney, a lock of
C.
Bob Dylan's hair, her husband's frozen sperm, or her husband's business degree?
Wow.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
C.
I guess it's so crazy. I'm going to say D.
Every sperm is sacred.
Really?
Monty Python, dude. Come on.
I need to think about this more.
I'm going to say,
I think it is sperm, because I think there's some sort of, like, they made some sort of deal or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say A, kidney.
It's like Idiocracy. Like the dude dies. She's too old to have kids or whatever. They use
She'd
his
get her
sperm
kidney
and-
back.
That would be amazing. That's it.
So it was a lock of
Oh.
Bob Dylan's hair.
How does it feel?
That was this story, but there was a woman who had given her kidney to her husband, and then
Okay.
he went on to get better, and like 4 years later divorced her. He didn't get the kidney back, but he had to pay her the equivalent
Of
of
the
what
kidney.
the kidney was worth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would piss me off if you took my kidney and then left me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah.
Last one. Jeff Bezos divorced in 2019, resulting in his
$75
wife
billion.
getting a settlement worth what?
It's like 73
Hey,
or
man.
75
But what
billion.
she did with that money was pretty great, though, right?
She's been doing good stuff with it, actually.
Gave it all away.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
lot
they're
of
like
it, yeah.
struggling colleges that don't get
Yeah.
money. She's doing great stuff.
She donated to a lot of local businesses in our area.
Yep.
But like she gave money to places that really needed it. Like
I
not
would
like
say-
places
Yeah.
that were well off.
Right.
It's great.
Yeah.
I want to say it was 73 or 75 billion, something
It was
crazy like
in
that.
the billion.
50?
46 billion?
Maybe. 38.
38 billion.
$38 billion.
That's it?
I mean,
That's
like
like in his couch
it.
cushions. He doesn't care.
he can't
Well, it
even
was
like.
4%.
He made that
4%.
back times 4 just last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
She got
mean, he-
4% of Amazon
Oh wow.
to get
that's
$38
nice.
billion.
So she did, like, he doesn't have $38 billion.
No, it's
No,
all
it's all
stock.
stock.
No.
So
No,
did she get
he didn't write her a check for $38 billion.
He gave her
but-
stock.
Yeah.
What happens if he tries to cash out? Would he just kill the economy?
Can't
overnight?
cash out.
Can't. The business would collapse.
Then you would kill the company.
Everything would
Right.
collapse, though.
And
Right?
then
Just
would be
essentially
The
worth
has
whole world
an
would just
endless.
implode on itself.
He just lives off the interest, right? Which is essentially
that's the
a
movie they
endless.
No,
There's
I mean,
no
he cashes out a
buy-in.
little bit every year, and then
He probably just lives off his. He's still the CEO, right?
no.
No, he
He
stepped
stepped
down.
down.
He,
He's
did he step down?
Yeah.
I was
He's
it-
actually
to the
now the
side.
lord of all the world.
He's
He
not
rules
just
us all.
Voldemort.
Yeah, he's Voldemort. He's a wizard.
Yeah, I live in his house in Washington.
He
Right?
thou shall not be named.
Running the government.
Rebecca, that was a great game. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very cool.
That was really
there was
fun.
no buttholes.
Hey,
Just kissing cousins.
Sorry.
Somebody say buttholes?
Is it a Honda or a divorce?
All right. What comes next? Okay, yes, let's move.
Patreon. Join the Patreon. $2 a month and you get some stuff. Patreon.
Hey everyone, go to patreon.com/badmovienightshow and sign up for $2 a month. You get access to the weekly pre-show as well as other bonus podcasts and videos. Patreon.com/badmovienightshow. Scotty P.
You gotta hold on. Oh.
Would you
Chrissy R.
recommend the Scorned? God damn it, what the hell is this shit called? Betty
Scorned.
A Betty Scorned.
The woman story.
A woman's story. Would you recommend it?
I would recommend it. I didn't know this story since I was obviously a kid when it came out, but that's just craziness. Someone could crack that much. Even being treated so poorly. But yes, no, I enjoyed seeing what crazy things she would do next, which is probably the whole point of the show. So,
Lindsay.
Yes, I would definitely recommend it. Check it out, and then go on YouTube and watch like the American Justice episode on her. Because then you get a little more of the stuff that they didn't go into in the movie.
Aaron.
Boy, this is so weird for me. Me recommending a Lifetime, well, not a Lifetime, but a Lifetime movie seems insane, right? I mean, come on. But at the same time, this is a really fun movie. Like, her character is just entertaining as hell, but extremely depressing. As a father, as a husband, like, this whole story just makes me really fucking sad that people come to this. Like, I'm glad that I'm not in a scenario like that. And I'm not that way, but yeah, it's entertaining as hell. I think I would. It's weird. I don't know how I feel, but I liked it.
I was going to say something, but I will hold my tongue.
You know you liked it too.
Oh god damn it! Never mind. I'll just not say it. Okay, AJ, would you I was this close to saying it. Okay, AJ, would you recommend it?
Say it.
No, it was gonna be something about you and making love, and I don't remember. I didn't have the whole thing. You're like, it's weird, but I kind of like it, or something. Anyways, AJ,
don't knock
That's
it
what
till
your
you
mom told me last night.
Would you recommend this?
Yeah, I'd recommend it. It's really cool that we watched something that was like really kind of out of left field for like, you know, what we typically watch on here. So that was like, you know, entertaining for me just to like watch something really different. I would recommend it. Be honest, this felt like pretty much to like a real movie degree. We had really good acting in it, a really good story, and it was entertaining. I was on board for it.
Rebecca.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend it. Depending on where you are in your life, it might hit you a little bit harder. Depending on what you're dealing with. But yeah, it's definitely some fantastic acting and a really interesting story.
It is an interesting story, and it is well made, and it was affecting, and I was interested the whole time. The thing with these like sensationalized stories is the collateral damage.
Yeah.
That being the kids is a little much, and it's like, I don't know, man. They don't need this on top of all the bullshit they already went through. But it is what it is, and that's kind of the society we live in where we want to watch crap like this. So, because it's fun and I enjoyed it, so I'm an asshole. I don't know. But I do, like I said the whole time, I think it's a very biased movie, which kind of rubbed me the wrong way as well. So, but that's it. Let's move on then. Read some. Wait, do we do the wheel first? No, we do emails. Why do I never know how to do the show anymore? I have so many.
Write a list.
There's too many segments.
Right?
It gets
Too many
confusing.
segments. We got to simplify. We'll go. I got to brainstorm. Let's move on.
AJ like annihilates our brains right at the beginning with his amazing like synopsis.
Well, I have so
nice
much I'm commanding over here on the side. I try. Anyways, let's do some emails.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails.
You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
Last week we checked out Shocking Dark. The aliens in the sewers of Venice movie. Dava Black as alternate title. I said it right.
Did it right.
Good job.
It only
man.
took me 18 tries. Cowabunga Industries presents Totes Not Aliens.
Pretty good.
Ian the Kiltmaker has a porn parody title for this one.
For this one or for Shocking Dark?
For Shocking Dark, yes. Docking Sharks.
Ew, god damn it, Ian.
No.
What the fuck?
Is that
Give him
even
an X.
possible? I don't know if sharks have genitalia.
Ports?
No. They have like USB-C ports or something.
If anyone knows,
Fin to fin.
Ian knows.
Yeah, how does that work? How does I don't want to know.
Next week.
Is this like
Don't
next
bring
week
this
on
up.
Shark Week for a Dream? Jason
Did you
Case.
say Sharkweum for a dream? Is that what you said?
What?
No, I didn't. But that's
Fin
amazing.
to fin. Fin to fin.
Oh,
Sharkweum for a dream is really good.
that's pretty good.
Sharkweum Aquarium for a Dream. Jason
Well,
Case.
it made okay. Yeah, no. Sorry.
Yeah, the fin to fin thing made good sense.
It did.
That's what I'm saying.
Is Jennifer Connelly in this one?
As a shark.
As a shark? Shark bait.
What kind of shark? What kind of shark would Jennifer Connelly be?
Mako.
A hot one.
Tiger.
No one said hammerhead. Okay. Jason Case will be very shocked if the movie this week, Woman Scorned, is a boring movie. Because a movie about a woman that is scorned and the scorned woman violently murders characters should not be boring.
I can't keep up with the amount of scorn going on here.
There's so much scorning.
Scorn, boring.
And
Scorning
There's
everywhere.
not a lot of murder though. Like,
There's
don't
a
come
lot
to
of
this
two,
movie for
right?
the murder.
There's two.
Yeah.
Let's see. James Earl Crowley has some recommendations for us for the week.
That is a metal as fuck name.
James Earl.
James Earl Crowley.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Is he related to Mr. Crowley?
James Earl Crowley.
Sharon, Sharon, I want a hot dog.
Will you nuke my potato?
Did you say milk my potato?
Nuke. What? You can't milk a potato. Actually, you might be able to make potato
If you
juice.
squeeze it hard enough.
Oh my god, potato
Give
juice.
me a good old-fashioned glass of potato
Starch.
juice.
That's starch water.
That's the new almond milk.
Made my shirts hard and was delicious.
I'd like my latte with
damn.
potato milk, please.
They might have it depending where you go. Watch out.
Tastes like vodka. Potato milk. Fermented potato milk. These goddamn millennials and their fermented tomato milk.
You got your russet milk. Yeah.
I saw a video where people put a whole bunch of stuff in a toilet and then put like Sprite and stuff on the top and then flushed it to make a slurry of something to drink.
Isn't that what they do in prison?
Yeah,
that
which
prison
makes
wine?
sense
That's
in
how you
prison,
make prison wine.
but not when they were like,
Well, maybe
Man,
they were
so
just
the TikTok
released and they had to
challenge.
get back.
This latest
Maybe.
batch sure tastes like piss.
that's just my piss.
Oh, you got the wrong one, man.
Ooh, a chocolate potato shake.
Oh my god.
Anywho, so James Earl Crowley has a,
damn, that's a cool
couple
name.
recommendations. We said that already. Or,
I know, but it's so cool.
Caged Fury from 1990.
Dude,
It's got Eric Estrada and Ron Jeremy.
That sounds familiar.
Oh god damn it.
And Hawkeye, also known as Karate Cops from
What?
1998.
That sounds cool.
Karate
That
Cop?
sounds cool.
Or
Karate Cop or
Cops?
Karate Cops?
We've seen
Cops.
Karate Cop.
Okay, who's in it?
Cops.
Ron
He
Martini?
doesn't say, but he says
Martini.
it's so bad it makes Samurai Cop look like Casablanca.
Wow.
Karate Cop
supposed to
wasn't bad. It was
Is
awesome.
it cops with a K?
Karate
Ron
Cops.
Martini is just awesome.
Yeah.
I see Karate Cop, but
Karate,
Hawkeye?
Ron Martini
Hawkeye.
is Tim Allen, but he runs a lot.
It's totally just
It's
what he is.
George Chung. Chuck Jeffries, Troy Donahue.
Chuck Jeffries.
Troy Donahue.
Troy Donahue?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. What's this called?
Wow.
Karate Cop.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Not Cockeye, Hawkeye.
It's an upcoming television miniseries created by
Now you
Disney.
jackass.
1988.
Yes, Hawkeye from '88.
It's on YouTube.
Oh, we should watch this. This looks cool. We should put this on the wheel.
User review: Fun with Chung.
Okay. Yeah. It is not on Tubi though, so that's a problem.
It might be on Prime.
Might be on Prime.
And Raphael Malachi suggests the Flix Zone service for watching these movies.
Flix Zones? That sounds like you're going to get a virus.
Zone. Which
You are
I've
infected.
Never heard of. But it's a thing.
Look at this site. I'm bookmarking this.
It's definitely ripped off Netflix.
That's okay. They can handle the heat.
Is
you
it
can
free?
watch the new Wonder Woman right now. I don't.
Oh,
believe
this is
it's
illegal
free.
shit.
Yeah, of course it's illegal.
I thought it was like a Tubi.
It's on the
knockoff.
internet. What do you expect?
What is it? Flixzone.net?
It's like what the internet's for.
It's
Legal shit.
flixzone.net.
Is it .net? Of course it is. We can't afford
Is it
a
a
real
.net?
domain
Man,
name,
I hope
so
it's a
we use
.net.
.net.
.net used to be cool.
Now you have dot everything.
Man, it got really
Dot
quiet
bud.
in here.
We ought to get a dot .bmn.
We're all looking.
Oh, Spiff froze.
It's frozen.
That's what happened.
Chris is frozen.
I'm here.
Chris is
Rebecca's
frozen,
frozen?
too.
Chris is frozen.
Well, you know what
Oh,
that
Rebecca's
means.
frozen.
Chris is frozen. Battle truck is on. So
Can you guys hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Chris is
Okay.
gone
Chris
now.
is frozen.
Chris is frozen. Yeah. That's all the reader feedback we had
Staring off.
for our
the
show.
Did I get
That
Flix?
was-
Oh my god, it's two of you!
Oh my God! Multiplicity.
Multiplying.
I got fucking Flix zoned, guys. I got Flix zoned.
You got caught in the net.
You got
like
that.
Unplug the cable. But yeah, no, that's all the reader feedback we had for Shocking
God, I
Dark.
went to Flix zone and it ended my computer.
Flix Zone is recommended
have-
heartily.
You now have lots of spyware.
Thank you,
malware.
Spiff. No, I
Probably
have
just a
Panda.
minor.
I have Panda antivirus.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
What is that?
Is that one of the Chinese ones?
He's frozen again, isn't he?
No, I'm not
Antivirus is a
frozen.
piece of
I'm
shit.
not frozen. Look at me. I'm moving. I'm moving.
It's hard to tell when you look up the screen. You're just
Here we
like,
go.
Right?
Are you guys ready? All right. let's
Oh,
go.
yes.
What's on the wheel? Trade with
Robot
Trevor.
Ninja.
What are you looking at there?
That sounds like
Chris?
a good one.
Look at
is
Flix
that?
zone.
Death's
Trade with Trevor?
All right.
Why is
Robot
Chris
Ninja.
getting baby ads?
It's a
Because I went to Flix zone. All right. Jesus Christ.
robot chicken.
Robot Ninja. Robot Ninja looks good. Robots Ninjas.
Despot.
was just
Sweet.
recently
What's
added.
that?
Now,
Yes.
before we criticize the wheel, AJ, I did not add.
Criticize?
I did not add Despot. It
Moon
wasn't my
44.
recommendation. It was Aaron's. Amy
Despot
Lindsay.
is great.
That sounds
Moon
cool.
44.
It's been on our list for
awesome.
years.
I haven't criticized
so
the wheel yet.
Moon 44, which is AJ's
That's been on
pick.
our list for years.
Witchcraft 3, because we have
Should
to.
not be on the list at all because it's terrible trash.
Point Doom.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
And Nightmare
Sounds
City, which
cool.
was a recommendation.
That sounds
Nightmare
cool too.
City looks really cool.
Are we ready?
Wheel.
I don't know if you'll get sound this time.
Spin.
You guys hear it?
Spin
Ben.
the wheel.
No.
Turn the
No
wheel
sound.
over.
Nah,
sorry.
that's all right.
Oh, 44. Yay.
Man,
He
we're
wants to
doing
go to the moon.
so many weeks of movies that are too good for the show.
Oh man, we went to Mars. Now we're going to the moon. What's next? Jupiter, Uranus, Chris? You know?
Roland
We
Emmerich.
can go to my anus at some point, AJ. But not tonight. Tonight we're going to the moon. Let's go check out the trailer for Moon 44.
Lisa Eichhorn, Malcolm McDowell, Michael Paré. In a Roland Emmerich film, Moon 44.
Speechless.
Movie of
Speechless.
the year, man. Movie of the year.
I don't know what it's
Yeah.
about, but I think I saw all of it.
Stuff blows up in the
Speechless.
end.
Moon 44
Can't
is
wait.
not available on Tubi.
What?
I don't believe.
Ah,
Thought it
it's
was.
too good.
But it might be on whatever that fucking site was that hacked my computer.
Well, it's on Prime.
It might
No,
be
it's
on,
not.
It's on
YouTube,
Prime?
actually.
It's not on Prime, is it?
It's not on
Not
Prime.
currently available in your location. God
Oh,
damn it.
just change your region.
Change my
and
location.
country.
Oh
can
no,
get
where are
It
people going to
is-
watch this
It
at?
is on YouTube.
It's on
Is it?
Is it
YouTube?
on YouTube?
Yep.
The full movie's on YouTube?
Let's
yes,
go.
it is. There you go.
Viv's sending me more hacked websites that are stealing all my
Just ignore that it says.
All right,
there's a VHS rip of it on YouTube.
When you go to the link, you just have to put in your social security. Which
I
after you
clicked
do
on
that,
the
you
play
get the
button,
movie.
but nothing happens.
So yes, that's what we're checking out next week. Moon 44, which is gonna be great.
Oh man,
it's got Michael
the audio is
Pare.
all
How
fucked
you
up.
doing?
Cool.
Okay.
The audio is fucked.
You might be on your own, guys.
We'll find it.
You might be on your own. If you're part of the Patreon, hit us up on them Slacks. We'll hook you up with the Moon
Is it on
44.
YouTube? Like, can you rent it on YouTube?
You cannot. You can't rent it anywhere.
doubt it, yeah.
AJ, this is
Why
a,
they? There's just stuff to rent.
this is a conundrum. No one can watch it.
I'll find a version of it.
Okay.
And I'll get it to you.
We will find you.
I'll buy the DVD.
I will find you.
And have it
Yeah.
prime delivered here. So it'll arrive in 10 days.
Wait, I found it again. I found another version on YouTube. It looks like the audio is good on this one. So there is a version under Love to Watch Movies on YouTube. So anyways.
I love
That's
it
what
when
we're doing.
people put copyrighted content on YouTube and then say, all rights belong to the owner. No copyright infringement. It's like, you don't understand copyright, do you?
They understand. They just don't.
Legal Eagles is what they are. All right. That's it.
Oh,
That's
this
it
looks
for
so
this-
good.
That's it
I
for this
know.
week's episode. I
Yeah,
hope
this
you
is a much
guys
better
enjoyed
one.
it. Make sure you go to the YouTubes, check out all the other content. Go to Lindsay's YouTube site, look for Lindsay Washburn, check out all her videos, and then catch the podcast live if you haven't yet. That's every Monday around 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means
It's Eastern Daylight Time right now, but
there you go. Crunch the numbers and find out what time that is for you. And then check out Moon 44, because that's what we're talking about next week. And yeah, everybody, hope you're not scorned from this podcast. Okay. Yeah, I thought somebody was going to say
Dude,
something.
that's what you're gonna end on?
I didn't buy a gun yet.
Not
but-
scored.
Wow. God damn it, Aaron.
Hell hath no fury.
Yeah, no, that's it. We'll catch you here next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Bad Movie Night Podcast. 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 We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night.